What up, hotheads? I'm Henry, and this is Blaze the Roof. This week we're reviewing a sauce out of Portland, Maine, named Captain Mowatt's Canceaux sauce. So Captain Mowatt's, the company itself, is named after a British captain that bombarded Portland, Maine, and the ship that he was on was named the HMS Canceaux. So for some reason we decided to name a sauce after a British admiral or captain, but okay. And so Canceaux is the Mi'kmaq word for opposite the lofty cliff. Again, not sure where that comes from, but these are just facts I found out about it. So the city it's from is Portland, Maine. It's actually the original Portland. So Maine is our 41st state that we've reviewed so far. It used to be part of a larger metro area named Old Falmouth, but broke away in 1789. It is actually the closest transatlantic port to Europe. The Italian sandwich was created here by Giovanni Amato in 1902. Its flag and seal both have a phoenix on it, which is apropos since the city has been burned down twice and rebuilt. Famous people include Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. That name. Famed writer of Paul Revere's Ride, and he also translated Dante's Inferno, and also has probably one of the greatest literary porn names ever. Stephen King, right? The king of horror, who always uses Maine as his backdrop. We also have the lovely and wonderful Anna Kendrick. She's an actress and just overall social media darling. Judd Nelson, he was an 80s actor. He was Bender on The Breakfast Club. And Linda Lavin, who is an actress. She was the lead actress on a show named Alice back in the 80s. And she was also Nana on the OC. Yes, I watched it. So let's look at the packaging now. First thing you're going to notice is this is a monstrous bottle. When I bought this, they also sent me a little 3-ounce bottle. If they could just come up with a 5-ounce bottle, it would be great. But anyway, I digress. But this thing is monstrous. Look at how big this shit is, right? Look at that. So, on here, as you see, it says Canceaux sauce. It's surrounded by chilies. And it's got basically the navigator star, I guess in the background, the compass. It is in bright red and green. So this label's a nightmare for colorblind people. The sauce looks like almost kind of like the tiger sauce, and this does say hot and sweet, so I'm anticipating there being a little bit of sweetness to the sauce. Let's now look at the ingredients. So the ingredients include 4 types of red chili peppers. I don't know what kind though. Water, cane sugar, vinegar, garlic, salt, xanthan gum, and Maine seaweed. All right, so the ingredient I want to talk about is the Maine seaweed. Seaweed is considered a superfood. It's a great source of vitamin A, C, and calcium. Also, it's a source of iodine and lignas. Oh, that sounds just like ligma. If you know the joke. If you don't know the joke, ask a friend that knows. Anyway, so these are anti-carcinogens. It's also a good source for detoxification. It's good for your skin and blood sugar maintenance. So, before we get any further, though, let's hear from this week's sponsor.
Are your tastes geared more for the finer things in life? Well, then Red Claw is the hard seltzer for you. It's the first lobster-flavored seltzer to ever hit the market. Made with real lobster juice and hints of butter sauce. You'll think you need a bib to imbibe this drink. It's not selfish to want the taste of shellfish. Break out of the shell with Red Claw. It'll do in a pinch.
Now for the moment of truth. So this sauce, again, consistency is a little watery. So these 4 peppers fascinate me because you can see the pulp in here. And I wonder how much of the seaweed we're actually going to be able to taste. But it does smell sweet. Whoa, there's a whole chili there. All right. That answers that. That's a chile de árbol there. So that might make this sauce actually pretty decently hot. I'd assume they're red sauces, so it's probably like maybe jalapeno, cayenne, Tabasco, and chile de árbol, something like that. Maybe. We'll see. But again, it's bright red. This might not be that hot, but it might be sweet. Well, let's see what this is about. Cheers. The aftertaste does have a little bit of seaweed in it. And there's a saltiness to it, but it tastes like seaweed. So, but it's not an overpowering flavor. It's more in the aftertaste. Again, this tastes like it's not very hot at all. So I would call this a lightweight sauce. I'll tell you what, this would be perfect on egg rolls of any type, whether Chinese, Vietnamese. I think this would be a perfect sauce on egg rolls. Anything that you could put a little bit of sweetness on. Honestly, if you wanted to put this on like fried chicken, if you're okay with sweetness, if you don't want it to be hot, I think this would be a good addition to it. You know, probably pork. If you wanted to do like stir fry, I think this would be like one of the things you would just immediately throw in there. So oddly enough, it has more of a Asian flavor to it. Yeah, I mean, this is obviously not something you're gonna throw on anything very savory, very robust. But if you, I could see this being thrown in like a stir fry, fried rice. I think this would be a good addition to that because you're already throwing like plum sauce and things like that. You could, not plum sauce, what is it? Oyster sauce, typically in there. Sometimes fish sauce, and then this would be good with it as well. So pretty interesting. This was kind of what I was expecting, just based on the ingredients. It's an everyday sauce. I think you'd feed this to your newborn. Yeah, there's no burn, so the only thing that was weird in there is that there's a whole pepper. I have never seen that before. It might be something that they do as a company, but interesting sauce. Like I said, it's not one of my favorites because, again, the style. But again, I could use it on a few things at home. Like I said, if you need a little touch of sweetness, this would be great on that. But it's not a dessert sauce either. So be warned. All right. Next week, we're reviewing a sauce out of New Mexico named Taos Hum Prickly Ghost. Until then, I'm Henry, and remember, spice up your life. Take care.